And then when you are buying shares, don't look at you are buying. You know, people imagine shares are these things people trade forex. No, no, no. Shares is we are in this hotel today. This hotel has ownership. If it's owned by 10 people, those are the shareholders. They are owners. So when you are buying shares, it is like you are replacing one of the 10. That's how shares market is. You are replacing that other shareholder because shares are not created for you. You buy ile iko na huyu na huyu na yule. Why so? Again, when you are investing, you don't look at trading. And I keep asking myself, and I am asking you, when you buy a plot in Ruaka or in Roiro or in wherever other place, how comes you don't call your broker of the land every day to ask them, hey, bei imefika wapi? When you say, we buy a plot ya 2 million, hausubuagi watu kila siku, huko plot ziko pesa gapi? You buy and you chill. That's the same way of investing in the stock market. You do your research, you buy the right company, and because you know you bought the right company, then you don't keep on checking the price every now and then, because you know you made the right decision. So what are the kind of things I look for when I'm buying those things? Stock market. Because I'm giving you the abstract as I finish, you go study by yourself. I can't tell you which year to buy, because you're already a graduate. So you must know which one to buy, but through which parameters. You study the global market. I also do that. It's not rocket science. Anyone who did these heavy courses of Dedan Kimathi, you'll find analyzing investments like walking in the park. You'll find it like going to see giraffes in Dedan Kimathi. It's that easy. You studied the global market. Like I saw the Federal Reserve this week. They lowered the Fed rate. So to me, when I'm watching Bloomberg TV, that has an interconnection with my investments here in Kenya. Because when interest rates are coming down, most times shares prices are going up. And it's no coincidence that when the Federal Reserve in the US lowered their rate by 25 basis points, immediately the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ recorded their highest levels ever. It's not a coincidence. So you study global markets. Where is the world going? Is the world now for rates or is it for stock market? Then you come to Kenya. Kenya, you study sectors. Now, there are many companies listed in the NSC. Some are in agricultural sector. We have Kapchorwa Tea, Williamson Tea, Kakuzi. That is at agricultural. And forgive me if I'm not talking to you. This issue I'm talking, I would rather talk to 5 people other than talk theory for all of you to clap. You get what I mean? Yeah. I don't want to motivate you. No. Motivation, I don't think I fit the bill. I would rather speak to 3 people who will do it other than talk something that's very exciting. So after that sector, look at agricultural sector. How is it faring in Kenya? Automobiles, there is only one company listed called Car in General. You go to insurance, you go to banking, you go to technology, you go to energy, Kenya Power, KenGen, Total Kenya, such, Umeme. That helps you first of all see the trend in sectors. Like for me now, my number one sector of interest is banking. Because of all the sectors in Kenya, banking is making more money than all the rest in terms of growth in profitability. Then number 2, when I look at banking, it is the only sector in Kenya that they are expanding geographically massively. And they are not limited. That Equity Bank today here is now in DRC, is now in that other place, is already going to Ethiopia. So I look at that and say, now, if they are going to Ethiopia, this kasia yangu moja will also go to fetch for me money from Ethiopia. You look at it that way. Then, why stock sector? Then you zero in. Now, let's say you are in banking. You zero in. What are the things you look at? You look at number 1, profitability of the company. How has it been profitable? Does it rise? How is the rise in profit? Between KCB, between equity, between DTB between ABSA. Number 2, in banking, you look for something called price to book value. Those who are writing, I can see a few. You look at something called price to book value. Price to book value is this. If you are starting a bank in Kenya today, the core capital has been 1 billion, though it is being increased. So if there are 10 people starting a bank, we will all cough in 100 million shillings. We go start a bank. That is called core capital or shareholders' funds. Core capital or shareholders' funds. Now, this is the lopsidedness in the Kenyan market and the opportunities I see. Most of the banks are now trading below that 1 billion. Forget about the billion. I'm not talking about the billion. Shares already are subdivided. Zinatoka shilingi hata 20, kuna ya 10. HF is like 9 shillings. Equity is like 60. KCB around the same level. So these billions are for the entire company. Many banks are trading at below their core capital. A bank like Equity Bank is trading at 70% of its core capital. The cheapest bank in Kenya in terms of shares now, Diamond Trust Bank, has core capital of 99 billion, and the entire worth of the company is 33 billion. So to me, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything, I'm just talking. So I look then after that, is it profitable? Is it this? Is it this? Then I silently go and buy. You get what I mean? Yeah. As I finish, so that I don't like talking abstract. And I'm saying it in all good faith. Last year, and I'm not saying it happens all the time. I'm just saying, go and analyze, do some homework. Kenya Power was trading at 1 shilling, 70 cents, 80 cents, thereabout. In fact, the few I have, I bought them at around an average of 1.7 shillings or 1.8 shillings. So let's do the math, using you here. You had 1.7 million shillings. We are talking about last year, August. It was that price. So you had 1.7 million shillings. So you could buy 1 million shares. 1 million shares. You could buy. And I need, buying shares here, ile mambo ya madharau, tuonyeshe box number ya guka yako. You walk into a stockbroker, you open a CDS account. It is open. So 1.7 million shillings would have bought you 1 million shares. We are talking about last year, guys. That share, as of yesterday, after falling because it's now ex-dividend. Those are things we'll talk about at some other time. It's now trading ex-dividend, so meaning shares become inashuka kidogo. To take care of that, then inapanda tena. Let's say an average of 12 shillings. An average of 12 shillings. So your 1.7 million shillings last year in August is how much? How much? Harin is how much? 12 million. But you took years to buy a car, eh? But you also bought a plot. Uko na plot. Sawa, basi yet I will use the special. Uniambie. This person with the shares, ask them for money. They'll come with it after 2 days. Kenya is something called T+2. When you sell your shares today, after 2 days, the money is in your bank. Take Kengen. By July, it was 5 shillings. July this year. Now, is around 8.5 thereabout. It seems very small money. But it means your 500,000 in July is now 850, and you're already waiting for dividend of 90 cents, which is 90,000, another money on top of that. So that's why I keep on talking about this every day. The stock market in Kenya is undervalued. Undervaluation mostly comes up because of information gap. You go study. What other people don't know is what benefits you. Because you see a glaring opportunity. When you see a glaring opportunity, you take note, you act, but other people are still buying plots and cars. Then later on, you still buy a car, but instead of that one your friend has, You'll buy the other one, now you'll have.